What you see behind me is the world's strictest and largest prison. This mega prison in El Salvador was built in 2022 to hold the most dangerous criminals the country has ever seen, with a capacity of 40,000 inmates spread across 8 massive modules on 410 acres. Every detail here is designed to erase the very idea of escape. The modules are paired behind dual 3-meter walls wrapped in razor wire. The entire site is enclosed by a 9-meter wall topped with a 3-meter electric fence carrying 15,000 volts, and 19 watchtowers scan every movement. Signal jammers block all communication within a 2-kilometer radius, over 600 soldiers secure the perimeter, and around 1,000 staff operate inside. If you step into this place, there is no way out. The reason this small nation needed the largest prison by capacity is the gangs. Starting in March 2022 under President Nayib Bukele's administration, El Salvador launched a sweeping crackdown. In just 16 months, over 70,000 people, about 2% of the adult population, were arrested. Buses rolled through the night, unloading chained gang members who sat shoulder to shoulder, heads lowered, surrounded by armed guards. Their lives changed in a single day. Inside, registration happens fast. Inmates give fingerprints and photos because many were captured without ID or under false names. Once they enter, contact with family is cut off permanently. Family visits are forbidden, and even guards wear masks to protect their identities from gangs with outside connections. The security checks are extreme. High-capacity X-ray scanners can reveal bones and internal organs, and thorough searches catch everything from micro SD cards to phone chargers. Riot gear, shotguns, and rifles sit stacked in the armory ready for trouble. So far, there have been no escape attempts. The infrastructure is built to run independently, with its own electrical and sewage systems and backup power and water for a week. Step into the modules, and it feels like controlled chaos. Each module holds 32 cells. Most cells pack around 80 inmates, sometimes up to 150, leaving roughly 0.5 square meters of personal space. There is no courtyard, no fresh air time, beyond a tightly controlled schedule, and no sunlight inside the cells. Metal bunks stack 4 levels high like shelves in a warehouse. Inmates sleep on thin sheets without pillows or mattresses. A single blue barrel holds drinking water. 2 toilets serve dozens of men, and showers share the same cramped corner, with plastic dippers and a shared basin. Hygiene is rigid. Inmates are shaved every 2 weeks to prevent hidden sharp objects and maintain order. The lights stay on all day and night. Cameras watch every angle, and guards patrol catwalks overhead. For 1 hour per week, some prisoners step out under armed supervision for light exercise or to hear a preacher. The rest of the time, they sit in the cells. Gangs that once ruled the streets now share space. MS13 and Barrio 18 live side by side, forced to coexist until their last breath. Tattoos tell the story. Initials, numbers, devils, spiderwebs, teardrops, and masks that whisper loyalty, violence, and time served. Many here are responsible for staggering harm, and some claim to have lost count of the lives they ended. Midway through this story, I want to hear from you. Do you think this level of control and isolation is justified to stop gang violence, or do the risks of wrongful imprisonment and harsh conditions cross a line? Drop your thoughts below, and let's start a real conversation. Meals here are simple and repetitive. Rice, beans, pasta, and tortillas, with a sugary drink and no protein like chicken or meat. Inmates eat with their hands and return clean plates. Break a rule, and isolation awaits. Sealed doors, a concrete bed, a water bin beside the toilet, and barely a sliver of light from a tiny opening. No clocks, no books, no contact. Even the toughest minds crack in that silence. We met an inmate known as Psycho, a high-ranking member with a 34-year criminal history who joined his organization in 2004 and began offending at 11. He says he lost his mother, father, and son to the life that brought him here. He admits he did terrible things, speaks of regret, and says he prays for forgiveness. Yet he will never see his family again, and they will never see those they lost because of him. El Salvador once had one of the world's highest homicide rates, peaking at 104 per 100,000 in a single year. By 2023, that number reportedly dropped to 2.4 per 100,000, and peace returned to many neighborhoods. The methods are controversial, and a small number of innocent people were swept up with no family contact. The results are undeniable, but the questions remain. If you want more deep dives into extreme infrastructure and systems that shape our world, make sure to subscribe. Is this true justice or just a way to control chaos? And will it last?